So welcome back to the calculator notes. Okay, so for this video, I'll show you how to master your Casio, Texas, and T1 Inspire for all the question types. Okay, so this calculator notes applies to SL, higher level, and also studies. Okay, I'll show you all the techniques that you need to know. But in this video, I will only show the operation of the Casio and the Texas model. Okay, but I don't have the T1 Inspire. But I'll still write down the the calculator button for you. Okay, so then you will know how to do it. Okay, but in the video I'll only show the Texas model and Casio. So let's go to the first one. Okay, so first one is solver techniques. Okay, what does it mean by solver? It means like if you want to solve x plus 1 equals 2, if you don't want to operate by hand, you want to solve it by GDC, you can actually type all this equation into your GDC, and then the GDC will help you solve for x. Okay, so let's look at the question here. M is equal to 4e negative 0.2t, and then right now the mass is equal to 1.5 kg, so that is like 1.5 equals to 4e negative 0.t, and then you're trying to solve for t. Okay, how do you do this? By using a GDC. So first I'll show you by using Casio. Okay, so for Casio you can just go to menu, okay, and then you go to equation, and then you will see solver. Okay, so you go menu, and then you go equation, and then you will see solver, and then F3. So you type in equation. So the equation is just type in 1.5 and equal to shift dot, and then 4 shift ln. Okay, shift ln, and then negative is this button. Okay, 0.2, and then t. T is just x, so x is this button. Okay, so and then press enter, and then you solve, and press solve, then you get 4.9. Okay, 4.9. So t is equal to 4.9. But how about Texas model? Okay, so for Texas model, you have to go to you can write this down. For Texas, you have to go to math, and then you go to and you go to solver. Okay, scroll down, you see solver. So you go to math, and then you scroll down. Okay, you can see under this column, yeah, and then you see solver. So solver, so enter. So you see two things here. So you type in the equals, the left hand side on the equal sign, okay, and then also 4e negative 0.2t, 0.2x, yeah, and you press OK right here. Then you can see you have the answer that is equal to 4.90. Okay, but let me show you one more time. If I type in the thing. Okay, so let's say 1.5. Yeah, because previously I typed this in, so that's why. Okay, so actually in your calculator, okay, you won't see the answer directly, because when it's 1.5, when I type in 1.5 here, yeah, your calculator should show like 0 here. So how do you get 4.9? So you have to go alpha, and then you go enter, solve. Okay, and alpha means the green button. Okay, so and then solve, then you get 4.9. Okay, so remember, after you type in solver, and then you have to go to alpha and then solve. Yeah, but if you're using T1 Inspire, is another model. Okay, then you have to go to menu, and then you go to the linear function, and then you just type in the equation here. So you have to type in like the whole thing here, and then you type in comma and then x. Okay, so it's like 1.5 equals 4e negative 0.2t, and then comma t. Yeah, so I mean t here is x, and then you can solve the answer. Okay, so next page is binomial. Okay, binomial expansion. Okay, for this one only applies to SL and higher level. So math studies, you don't need to learn this. So 10C2. So how do you type in your GDC? So for Casio model, you can go to menu, and then you can go to let me check. Oh, it's right here. Yeah. So you go to the calculator screen, and then you go to option, and then you can see probability. Okay, so you go right, and then you see F3 probability, and then you see NCR. Yeah, so you type in 10C and then 2. Do you get this? Yeah, 45. So for a Texas model, you can go to math, and then you scroll right. So you go right, then you see NCR. Yeah. Oh, you have to quit to the main screen. So we go to math, and then you go to probability. So this one, yeah, NCR, and then type in 10 and then C2. So let's do one more for 8.3. So for 8.3, same thing. So for Casio, you just go to menu. You go to the calculator mode and then you go option. Okay, option. So for Casio, you go to option, and then option, and then you go to probability. Yeah. So probability, and then you see NCR, and then just type in HC3. So for Texas model, you can go to math. For Texas, go to math, and then you go to probability. Yeah, and then you can see NCR again, and then just type in the thing. But for Texas model, for T1 Inspire. Okay, but for T1 Inspire model, okay, then you have to go to menu, and then you go to probability, okay, and then you go down, you see the NCR button, okay. So for next page, this one is the point of intersection again. Also, yeah, so basically this one you can cross it out. I just want you to find the intersection point between fx equals this and gx equals to this. So how do you use your GDC to find an intersection? So for Casio model, okay, for Casio model, you have to go to menu, okay, and then graph. So menu and then graph, right? Menu, graph. So, oops. Okay, so you have to type in y1 and y2. So y1 is just the equation here. So it's ln x plus 2, right? And the second equation here is just ex minus 4, right? Ex minus 4. So remember, you have to type in the equation in the graph, okay? And then you draw it. Then you will see like the intersection point here. So you draw it out. And then how do you find an intersection, right? So we all know is menu and graph, and then type in the graph function into the GDC. So for Casio, you have to go to F5, which is gsolve, and then you can see this button is called intersection, right? We go intersection, then you will find out like the first one, x is equal to negative 0.993, and the second one. So you press right, you go right, then you see 4.64. Yeah, that is the intersection, okay? But for a Texas model, so for Texas model is a bit troublesome. So you have to go to y equals first, okay? You go to y equals, right? So for Texas, you go to y equals first, and then next you type in the equation. So just do the same thing, ln, and then x plus 2, and then enter, right? And then the second one is just shift ln. Okay, then you get E, shift ln, right? Oh wait. Second, this, yeah? And then x minus 4, yeah? So press enter. Then you graph it. So we just go graph. Then you see the line here. Okay? So you plug in the function, and then you go graph. But how do you find an intersection? So you have to go second trace, right? And then you can see intersection, yeah? Go second trace, and then you will see intersection here. So move the point here, enter. That's how you get the first point, yeah? So negative of this. And then how do you find the second point? So you cannot just go right, okay? So you have to go second trace again. Second trace, and then you go to intersection. So, and then move it to right. So first curve question mark, right? So just move the point to the intersection point, near the intersection point, and then press enter until you see intersection. Then you see the second answer, that is 4.64, yeah? So basically the fastest model would be the Casio. But for T1 Inspire, then you have to go to, the screen outside, then you can go to graph. So how do you plug in the graph? You have to type in tab, okay, tab, and then you see F1 equals to something. So you type in this, and then F2, tab another thing, and then you type in, you have the 2 function here. Then how do you find intersection? So you just go to menu, and then you go to analyze graph, So you have the lower bound and upper bound. So the graph would be like this, and then you have a dotted line here. So you fix the dotted line here, the lower bound, and also the upper bound here. Then you press enter, then you find out the intersection point, okay? So next page. Next page is normal distribution. Okay, so I'll teach you 3 question types. Probability. So how do you find probability? Okay, so let's say the weight of the student in HKExcel are normally distributed with the mean of this, and the standard deviation is 1.44. Find the probability that a student weighs more than 70 kg. So you can just draw a graph. So I assume you know the knowledge. Okay, so 64.4 is the mean, more than 70. So more than that, you shade right. Yeah. So and if that goes infinity, so this one we always type in the GDC, we type in 10 to the power 99. So for Casio model, you go manual, stat, distribution, normal distribution. Okay, so basically just like this. You go manual, and then we go stat, and then we go distribution, and then normal. Yeah, NCD. NCD means finding the probability. So the lower part would be 70, upper part would be 10 power 99. Yeah. So this symbol means the standard deviation, which is 1.44. Okay, and the mean is equal to 64.6. So and then you press enter, and that's how you find out the probability. Okay, so you have 8.84 times 10 power 95. So E means 10. Okay, so for Texas model, you go second bars. So second and then bars, yeah, and then you go NCD. NCD. So lower you type in 70, upper you type in 10 power 99, and then the mean you type in 64.6. And the standard deviation type in 1.44. Yeah. So you press enter, then you get 8.84 times 10 power 95. That's it. Yeah. Do you get this? And then for T1 Inspire, just go to manual, probability, distribution, and then normal CDF, and then type in lower, the same thing. Then you get the answer. Okay. Next. So next for value finding question. Okay. So Z value finding question. So this only applies for SL and higher levels. Math studies, you don't know that. So the random variable x is distributed normally with a mean of 30, right? And it's known that px is smaller or equal to 40 is equal to 0.7. So this is the mean, and this is 40, right? So 40 lower than that is 0.7. Yeah, do you get it? Okay, so find the standardized value z of 40. So in the past we'll use the table. Okay, so like you have a sheet of z value, and you just match the thing, then you can find out the value. But right now you can just use the GDC. So how do you do that? You do the same thing. So you have to go to inverse normal this time, because we are given the probability. So for Casio, you can just go to manual. Okay, you go to manual and then distribution again, and then you go to normal, and then this time you go inverse normal. Inverse normal. So for tell, you go tell left, because shade left. Yeah. So you type in 0.7. 0.7, and then for standard deviation, we don't have the standard deviation for here. Yeah, for z value, we'll always type in the mean is equal to 0, and then standard deviation always equal to 1. That is what we mean by standardized. Okay, so for the standard deviation is 1, mean is 0, and then press enter, then you get 0.524. Do you get this? Okay, so for Texas model, you have to go to second bars, and then you go to inverse normal. Yeah. So area, so this time you don't have to tell. So you have to type in like 0.7. Always remember, it's from left to right. So the area is like from here to here. Yeah. So if next time I give you this part is 0.2, then you have to type in 0.8 for Texas model. Okay. So 0.1, 0.7, and then 0.1, then you get the same answer. Yeah. And for T1 Inspire, you go manual, probability, distribution, inverse normal, and then you type in the same thing. Okay. So next part. Next part is X value finding question. So the height of the group of 7-year-old children are normally distributed with a mean of 117, right? And the standard deviation is 5. Okay, a child is chosen at random from the group. The probability that the child is shorter than KCM, so this KCM shorter than that, is 0.65. Okay, so this technique applies to SL, higher level, and studies. Okay. So you have to learn how to find a K value. So we just go inverse normal again. So we go for Casio, we just go manual, and then you go statistics, and then you go distribution, normal distribution, and this time you go inverse normal. Okay, so we tell left, and then you type in 0.65 because the area is equal to 0.65, and the standard deviation you type in 5. Okay, because this time we know the value, and then we don't want to find exact value. We want to find exact X value, right? And the mean is equal to 117. So and then press enter, then you get 119. Okay. So for Texas model, you just go to second vars. Second vars, and then you go to inverse normal, yeah? So area, you type in 0.65, and then for the mean, this time you don't type in 0, type in 117, because we know the answer already, yeah? And the standard deviation is 5, so you paste it, and you see 119, yeah? Okay? So for T1 inspired, go to manual probability distribution, inverse normal, and you type in the same thing, yeah? So next page. So next page is binomial distribution. So type A is exactly, so px equals 3, and then cumulative px smaller than 3. So how do you calculate this? By using a GDC. So this is for SL and higher level, okay? So if you throw a coin 100 times, and what is the probability of getting exactly 10 tails? So exactly 10, so px equals 10, right? So for Casio, how do you do that? So out of 100 times, we go to manual, and then you go to distribution, and then we go to binomial, and then you go BPD. BPD means exactly, okay, so equals to 10. So the x value here, you know that would be 10, because you want to hit 10 tails, right? And 100 times number of trials, and probability of getting a tail, then it will be 0.5, yeah, because half, and then enter, then you get the answer, 1.37 times 10 power negative 17. But for Texas model, you have to go to second vars, and then we go to binomial PDF, right? And number of trials, you type in 100, and then for P you type in 0.5, X value you type in 10, yeah? So enter, then you get the same value again, yeah? So 1.37 times 10 power negative 17. So last one, for Texas model, manual probability distribution, and then binomial PDF. So you type in trial 0.5, and then x equals 10, then you get the same answer, okay? So next page. So next page here is cumulative, okay? So cumulative probability. So how do you do that? If you throw a coin 10 times, what is the probability of getting at least 8 heads? So that means it's px bigger or equals to 8, right? So to solve this, you have to use your GDC, okay? So that is 1 minus px smaller or equal to 7. Yeah, this is the same thing. So we go the same process. We just go to menu, and then you go to stat for Casio, right? And then you go to distribution, and you go to binomial distribution. But this time you have to go to cumulative. We will go to BCD, okay? Cumulative will go to BCD. So cumulative BCD means like from 0 to something. So for x, you type in 7, because we want to use 1 minus 0 to 7, right? And the number of trials is just 100, and probability is 0.5, yeah? Oh wait, we throw a coin 10 times, so the number of trials is 10 instead of 100. So you calculate that, execute, you get this answer. So 1 minus this, 1 minus 0.945, then you get the answer. But for Texas model, you have to go to second vars again, and you go down, you see binomial CDF, right? Binomial CDF. So first thing you type in the trial, so which is 10, and then P is 0.5, and the X value is just equal to 7, right? So cumulative, when you type in 7, that means 0 to 7. So you get the same answer as well. So 1 minus this, okay? And then you get the answer. And for T1 inspired, you go manual, probability distribution, and then binomial CDF, okay? So and then you just do the lower, and for T1 inspired, it's a bit different, okay? You have the trials, P, and lower upper. What does that mean? So this one you can calculate directly, okay? The answer. So you can just type in the lower value is 8, upper value is 10, okay? So it's like from 8 to 10, at least 8, right? Because the question is asking you at least 8 heads. So the number of trials is 10, so it's 8 to 10, okay? So that's it. And the next page. Page is for a Poisson distribution, okay? This one is only for higher level. So you can see the question here, the number of car accidents, the mean is equal to 0.3 accidents per day, and find the probability that 2 accidents, okay, occur on a random day. So px equals to 2. So you can go to Poisson PDF, okay, for to calculate this one. So for Casio model, you know that you have to go to menu, and then you go to statistics, and then you go to distribution, and then you go to Poisson distribution, and then you go to PPD. So for x value, you type in 2 because px equals 2, and this one means the mean, and then you go execute. So you get 0.0333, 0.0333, yeah? But for the Texas model, you have to go to second vars, okay, let me go. second bars, yeah, and then go down, you see binomial PDF. Okay, you type in the same thing. So for lambda, you type in 0.3. For x value, you type in 2. Then you get the answer. For the T1 inspired, then you just go to menu, and then you go to probability, and then you, you go to distribution. Okay. Okay, you go to distribution, and then you go to Poisson distribution PDF. Okay, PDF. Then you just type in the same thing, you get the answer. So next page is stat calculation. Okay, so for stat, how do you find the mean standard deviation, right, from the table here? So we have the x value 12, 14, and 20, 21, 12, and 10. So this concept applies to studies SL and higher level. Okay, so for CASIO, just go to menu, and then go to stat, right? And you will see a table here. Just type in 12, 14, and 20. And for list 2, you type in 21. Okay, you type in 21. 12 and 10, so 12 and then 10, right? So, and you can just go to cal, you go F2 cal, and then you go to set. So make sure this is one variable, okay? This one only one variable, yeah? So one variable is list 1, and for the frequency list is list 2, yeah? So, and then you just go one variable calculation. Then you get the mean. The mean is this symbol, okay? X bar. So it's 14.4, and if you go down, then you see the standard deviation, that is 3.19, right? So standard deviation is 3.19. And for Texas model, you have to go to the screen here, and then we go to second stat. Okay, second stat, right? Oh wait, you have to go to stat. Okay, stat, and then you go to added, stat added, and then you see the table here, right? So basically, just type in. You just type in the thing, so it's 12 and then 14 and 20, and the list 2 you type in 21 and then 12 and then 10, right? Okay, so and how do you do the next? So for this one you have to go to the type in, and then you go to stat again, and then you go to cal, one variable stats. Okay, so list 1 is the X list, and you have to type in list 2. So how do you type in list 2? So second and then 2, right? Second 2, then you see list 2 here, and then go calculate, right? Then you see the mean is equal to 14.4, and standard deviation is 3.19. So I've write out all the process for you for T1 for Texas, and for T1 Inspire is the most troublesome model. Okay, you have to go to screen, and then you go to new documents and at least and spreadsheet. Then you have this, and then A, you have to type in like data. Okay, type in the name for the data, and then B, you type in frequency, and then you type in like 12, 14, and 20, 21, 12, and 10. Yeah, and then you go to menu, statistics, calculation, and one variable stat. So that is the most troublesome model, okay, for T1 Inspire. So I always suggest you to change your model to Casio. So, and then next would be a regression line, okay? So I'll show you how to calculate the correlation and equation of regression line. So we have a table here, X and Y. So for Casio model, how do you find the correlation, okay, R, and also the equation of the regression line, yeah? So line of best fit. So you can go to menu, and you can go to menu, and then you go to stat here. So you can see we clear all this. So you type in the number, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And for the second column, you type in 5, 8, 10, and then 13, 16, 18, and then 20. Yeah? So, oh, wait, this is 7. Yeah? So here is 7. Okay, so after you get this, then we just go cal. Oh, wait, we go cal, and then we go regression line. So you see X, you just press X, and then AX plus B. Okay? So the R value would be 0.998, okay, 0.998, and and AX plus B. So that's the equation. So AX plus B, 2.54x plus B is 2.71, right? That's it. And for Texas model, you have to go to stat, right? Stat, and then you go to edit, and then you type in the data. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. And for list 2, you clear all this, yeah? So we go here and then clear, you just 5, 8, 10, 13, 16, and then 18, and then 20, yeah? So you have all the lists here, and then you just go to Stat and Cal, and then you can see we will have line regression. Okay, but I don't suggest you to go this one. You go to Test. You go to line regression t-test. Okay, go down. You can see this. Okay, and then go enter. List 1 and list 2, and then just go calculate. Yeah, then you see you get the same answer. So R is equal to 0.998. Yeah, and then A, and then this is B. Okay, but why don't we choose the stat, and then we just go calculation and write line regression t-test, line regression. Okay, because if you choose this, most of the case you don't have the R. Okay, so if you go to test line regression t-test, then you get the answer. But for T1 Inspire, you have to go to home screen, new documents, and then spreadsheet. You type in all the things. You go menu, stat, and then stat cal, linear regression, and then mx plus c. Yeah, and then you get all the answers. Okay, so next page. This page is for chi-square test. Okay, you can see chi-square test value. So we have a table here, right? So Casio, how do you find the chi-square test value? Okay, so for Casio model, you can go to menu, and then this time you go to test. Okay, statistics, and then go to test, and then you can see the chi-square test. Okay, F3, and then go GOF for two-way. So you go to two-way. Okay, two-way. So you can see observe mat A. So you go to this. So which is this button? Okay, F2. So and then type in 2 by 2, 2 by 2, right? 2 by 2, and enter. So just type in the same data. Okay, so 112, 104, 96, and then 88, right? So, and then you just go previous screen, and then you go calculate, execute. Oh wait, not draw, sorry. So calculate. Then you get the chi-square test value. This is 4.129 times 10 power negative 3. Yeah, 4.13 times 10 power negative 3. Yeah. Okay, but for Texas model, then you have to go to first. You have to go to second, and then second matrix. Okay, so second, and then do we have matrix? Yeah, second, and then x minus 1, right? So you can see that, and then you go to edit. Okay, go to edit, and then you press enter for A. So type in 2 by 2. Okay, so type in 112. And then type in 104, 96, and then 88. Yeah? So, and after you type in all of this, you have to go to stat and then test. Okay, you type in all of this and then go to stat and then test, right? And then you can see chi-square test. If you scroll down, okay, chi-square test, enter. So you calculate. Then you get chi-square is equal to 0.0413. Yeah, so 0.00413. Oh, 0.0. Yeah, okay, which is the same thing because 10 power negative 3, that means 0.00413. Okay, so just different expression. Yeah, and for the T1 Inspire, okay, so on the next page, then you have to go to menu and then stat calculation, create matrix. Okay. Number of rows 2, number of columns 2, and then type in data, right? Type in data, and then after that you go to control var, okay, and then you have to type in a thing, okay, let's say A, right, and then enter. Then you go menu statistics, select test chi-square test two-way, observe matrix A, yeah, and then you have the answer here. Okay, so basically you just have to follow all the steps here for T1 Inspire, but you can see it's very troublesome. Yeah. Okay, and for the root of polynomials for Casio, so how do you find the root of this? X power 3 minus 2x squared minus x plus 2. So we just go to for Casio, you just go to menu and then go to equation. You go to polynomial, right? You go F2, and degree means power. The largest power is 3. Yeah. So A, it means the x power 3 in front of that number is 1, and then minus 2, minus 1, and then 2. Yeah? Okay? So and then you solve it, enter, then you get 2, 1, and minus 1. 2, 1, and minus 1. But for T1 Inspire, so you need to make sure your GDC have the apps. Okay? You go to apps. Okay, this button. You go to apps, and then you go down, you find Polismith. Okay? Polismith. So enter. Then you see polynomial root finder. Enter. So change the order to 3. Okay, so it's power 3. So A1 you just type in 1, and then you type in -2, and then you type in -1, and then the last one you type in 2, right? And then you solve it, so you get the same answer. Yeah. So for text model, you go to Polysmith. But if you don't have the apps for Polysmith, you can go online and download this to your calculator. Okay. Or you can just use the math method 2. You plot the graph and then find an intersection. Okay. So let's say you plot this and then plot 0 and then find an intersection. And then for T1 Inspire, you go to menu and then algebra, polynomial 2's, find roots. Yeah. And then degree 2, you choose degree 2. And the root is real, okay, real roots. And then type in A equals 1, B equals -2, C equals to -1, D equals to 2. Okay, that is like all this value, and then you get the answer. Okay, so next, simultaneous. Okay, so how do you solve it? By using your GDC? 2x plus y equals to 10, and then 3x minus y equals to 5. So for Casio model, you could just go to menu, you go to equation, okay, and then you go to simultaneous, right? Number of unknowns, that means x and y, so you have 2 unknowns, and then just type in 2, 2, and then 1, and then 10. 2, 1, and then 10, right? And the next one is 3, -1, and then 5, okay? So this is like the equation, and then you solve it, then you get 3 and 4. Yeah, so I've typed all the process here. And for T1 Inspire, again, you have to go to the Polysmith, okay? You go to apps, and then you go down. You see Polysmith, right? Okay, so enter. Then you get you can see simultaneous equation solver. So 2 equation, 2 unknowns. So you go next, you press graph. Yeah. So type in the same thing, 2, 1, and 10. Okay, what is 2, 1, and 10? Because 2, 1, and 10 right here. And then 3, -5, and then -1. I mean -1, and then 5, right? And then you solve it. Then you get 3 and 4. Okay, but for T1 Inspire, you have to go to menu, algebra. Okay, solve equation of linear equation. Solve system of linear equation. So number of equation, 2 variables x and y. You have to type all this in. So type in the equation like this. So 2x minus 3y equals to 5, and this is the x, right? And then x, comma, y. Then press enter. You will be able to solve the answer. Okay, so you can see T1 Inspire is very hard to use. And for absolute sign. So if you're asked to type in absolute sign in GDC, how do you do that? Okay, so for Casio, then we just go to run matrix. So that is this one, okay? And then you go to math F4. So F4, and then ABS. So you go to math. Okay, sorry. Let me check. Yeah, you go to math, okay? So F4. And then you see ABS, and you can see this is the absolute sign. Yeah, okay. And for T1 Inspire, you just go to math, and then you go down. You go to number, and then you will see ABS. Yeah, ABS. Yeah. And then for T1 Inspire, type in the letter, and then you just type in like ABS literally, and then bracket, and then just type in 2x. Then you have the absolute sign. Okay. And for next page, graphing the maximum and minimum. So if you're asked to find a minimum and maximum of this graph by using the GDC, so first you can just go to menu and then you go graph. Okay, for Casio, and then you type in x power 3 plus 3x squared minus 6x minus 18. Okay, and then you draw it. So maybe you won't be able to see the graph, and then you change the window. So window, let's say I change it to -10 to 10. And then for the y mean, I type in -10 to 10 as well. Okay? Then I'll see like this. Okay? But usually the question will give you the window. So you can see this is not a complete graph. It will show -10 to 10. So maybe I make it y mean to -50, y max to 50. Then you'll be able to see the complete graph. Okay, so remember, change the window, that means the screen. Okay, and then enter, draw the graph, you see this. So how do you trace the maximum minimum? For Casio, it's very easy. Just go to F5, and then you just press maximum. Then you find the maximum here automatically. Okay, and for a minimum, just go to F3. Yeah, then you see this. Okay, and for Texas model, you have to go to y equals, and then you type in the equation, same thing. So x power of 3 plus 3x, and then square, minus 6x, and then minus 18, right? And then go graph it. So the window, you change it to same. Okay, so for the window here, you just change it to, you just go window, and then negative 50 to 50, right? And then graph it. Okay, you want to trace the maximum minimum. So second trace, and then you go maximum. Okay, so what does it mean by left bound? That means the maximum, the left hand side. Okay, and then the right hand side is right bound, and then enter. Then you get the answer. Yeah. And how about the minimum? So minimum, you will have to go to minimum, and then the left hand side of the minimum, enter, and then the right hand side of the minimum, enter. Then you get the minimum value that is 0.732. Yeah. Okay. So for T1 Inspire, you have to go to screen and then graph and type in equation, and then go to menu, analyze graph, and then you see choose maximum or minimum. Okay, choose maximum, then move the line. You will see a dotted line. Okay, so move the dotted line here, move the dotted line to the right hand side. Fix this two bound, and then enter. Then you will find out the maximum point. Okay, so for minimum, you do the same thing. So the lower bound here, upper bound here. Yeah. So next page. So next page is the differentiation. Okay, so if I give you the function like this, find the differentiation 1 without solving this. Okay, just by using a GDC. So for a Casio model, you can just go to the main screen here. So for this one, you type in math. You go to math, and then you go. You will see d over dx. Yeah, so that means differentiation. So we go to math, and then you go to d over dx. So just type in the same equation here. So just 2x times x plus 1 power of 2, and then divide by bracket 3 times x plus 2 power of 4. Yeah? And then close the bracket. Oh wait, so and the x value here, you have to type in how many? You have to type in 1, because that means differentiation when x is equal to 1, right? Okay, so then you can see the probability is 0.0219. Yeah, okay. And for Texas model, you have to go to math, and then you go to n derivative. Okay, so math, and then n derivative, right? Okay, so press enter. Then you just do the same thing. So for d over here, you just type in x, d over dx, and then just 2x times x plus 1, and then divide by bracket 3 times bracket x plus 2. Yeah? Okay, so type in x equals to 1. So you finish the differentiation. Oh wait, what did I do wrong here? So 2x, oh yeah, I forgot to type in power of 2. So let me change it. Power of 2. Power of 2, right? So you should get the same answer as well. So divide times this, and then divided by 3 over x power of 4. Yeah, power of 4. Power of 4, like this. Then you get the same answer as well, 0.0219. Yeah, so for this is for Texas. And for T1 Inspire, again, you go to menu, and then you go to the calculus. Okay, you go to calculus, then you see like differentiation. So differentiation, you just type in this equation here, and then type in x equals to 1, then you get the answer. Okay, so the last part is integration. So integration, if I give you this, how do you solve it? By using a GDC. So for a Casio model, you just go to menu, you just go to here, and then again you go to math, and then you see integration sign. So we just find the integration sign here, and then just type in 1, and then 3, and then this is shift E, and then 3x, divide by x plus 2 power of 2. Yeah, then you get 126. Okay, but for Texas model, okay, for Texas model, you go to math, and then you go down, you see FN integration, okay, FN integration. So you type in 1, and then 3, and then shift ln. Shift ln is here, yeah, 3x divided by bracket x plus 2 power of 2, right? And then at the end of here, you have to type in x. So get the same value as well. So last one for T1 Inspire. So you go to manual calculus and then you go numerical integral. So you type in the same thing as well. Then you get the same answer, okay? So that's it for all the GDC techniques, okay? So make sure you know how to use the Casio Texas model and T1 Inspire, okay? If you're using T1 Inspire, I strongly recommend you to change it to Casio, okay? So I'll see you next time.